Morning all, Friday, yes, and it's still just rained. It's just done nothing else but rain all week, and it's still raining. It rained all through the night, and it rained all day yesterday, and it's going to rain all day today. I'm trying to find my way out the services. I thought I was at Corley, but I'm not, I'm at Stafford. So I didn't quite recognise it when I first woke up. See, my day has just got longer by about half an hour. I normally stop at Corley, you see, if I can, just to give me that little bit of an extra oomph for a Friday, but no can do today. Well, I couldn't yesterday because my time ran out. So today we are Stafford services, and we are heading to Tilbury, which is down near Thurrock, remember the name of it, which is near the Dartford crossing. 3 out of 3. And then from there we are going to Sittingbourne, which is round about near the coast somewhere. If you look at London and the M25, the coast is that way. So I'm looking at the camera. Oh no, it's that way. As I'm looking at the camera, it's it's that way. Out towards the sea. Anyway, we'll get there when we get there, and hopefully we'll get back to Warwick tonight. That's the plan. All depends on this little lot, the rain and the roads and everybody else out there upon the tarmac. It is really horrible out here. I've cleaned the mirrors. It's always a good thing to do first thing in the morning. Give your mirrors a bit of a wipe over, because otherwise you'll get on the road and you won't realise just how filthy your windows and your mirrors have got the day before, because your eyes just kind of get accustomed to it, just get used to it. And you wake up in the morning and you do all your checks and you have a wash and you all the rest of it, and then you hit the road and you're like, ugh, can't see out my mirrors, which really should have been part of your checks, but you know how it goes. So you know your mirrors are there, you know that they're not going to fall off, but yeah, okay, could have just given them a quick wipe over. So I carry some microfiber cloths. I'll just give them a bit of a dust over, get rid of yesterday's muck. Also through the night, you know, you might be in a bit of a dusty one, so just to get rid of all the rubbish from the day before. And it just helps to make things just be a little bit sweeter when you set off. It doesn't last for long, but you know, if you're parked up in a services, sometimes when all the trucks just park everywhere, sometimes your mirrors are just vital for getting you out without causing anybody any grief. And if you've given them a bit of a wipe over, folks, it makes your life a little bit easier. So Steve's tip of the day, Friday the whatever it is of June, 14th, Friday the 14th of June, Steve's number one tip is wipe your mirrors before you leave first thing in the morning. Just give them a wipe over. Unless of course you've washed your truck the night before. Anyway, we've started to babble, so we'll love you and leave you. I'm yawning already. We've got 170 miles to Tilbury from here. I know it's not a lot for some people, but the UK roads in the rain, and just gone 5 o'clock in the morning. We need to be at Tilbury for 9. At the moment it's saying 8:30. So by the time we've fought our way around the M25, it'll probably be about 4 o'clock this afternoon. We'll be there for 9 tonight. We shall make progress. It's Friday. Our feet are firmly flat to the floorboards. Apart from through the roadworks, because we're only allowed to do 50. And we'll see you a little bit further down the road. There's no doubt we'll have more of a ramble as we get around the M25. Anyway, hope you all have a safe day driving, doing whatever you're doing. It's not just us drivers out here, you know, it's people going to work, it's people travelling about the country, it's people just taking the kids to school, anything, just nip into the shops for a pint of milk. Anything can happen at any time. So keep yourself safe, and we'll see you in a bit. Half an hour. Right, well, we've done our first one, which was in Tilbury, and guess who forgot to put the camera on? It was a real awkward place to get in and out of. Middle of an industrial estate, cars everywhere. Had to reverse down and into where the unit was. Anyway, nobody died. We didn't flatten anything. Everything's good. So we've come back out of Tilbury, and we're now heading for Sittingbourne. We're going to go over the Dartford crossing. Now, for some reason we've got a 40 miles an hour speed limit, although we're only actually doing 15-20. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's because it's windy. They've maybe brought the speed limit down a little bit. Not sure how much you can see, but the Dartford crossing is just coming up. You can see it on the right hand side. Just take it nice and easy going over. Could just be sheer volume of traffic. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Maybe somebody's broken down. Who knows? We'll know when we get to the other side for sure. And the sun's come out. Look at that. It's stopped raining and the sun's come out. The speed has now been reduced to 30, which is probably why it's all bunched up here. You see a lot of people swapping lanes and changing and darting in and out, just trying to get a couple of inches on everybody else. I often think it's easier just to stay in the same lane if it's safe to do so. Although I can see some flashing lights just going up and onto the crossing, so I suggest something's maybe happened. We might have got lucky actually. We maybe just made it when it's been reopened, because there's nothing at all on the crossing. It's just us lot. I can see flashing lights at the top, right at the top of the crossing, and we've got an escort by a womble or two a bit further up. Traffic officer people, they do such a fab job. I'm not making that up, I'm not lying. They do a fab job. I've needed them a few times in the past over the years, just to protect and assist, and they've always been a really friendly bunch of people. That's my take of them anyway. Well, we're not going to see much today, are we? Coming over this crossing, sitting with all the traffic. probably see a lot more than you, to be fair. Sorry about that. So we're travelling south over the bridge. When you come back the other way, you go through the tunnel. Just listening to the little Ferrari just in the outside lane there. I don't know what that was all about. There must have been something broken down. Something going on the crossing. A couple of fairly big ships just to the right of me. It's not often you see them. Here we go over the Dartford crossing. We're up and over the Thames. London city centre to our right. Well, we're still 32 miles or 3/4 of an hour away from Sittingbourne. On this lovely Friday morning, 10:15. We were due in at the other place at Tilbury at 9 o'clock. We were there at 2:15 and we were out at 2:15. I took a break just to clear my driving time and my working time directive, and then we'll get to Sittingbourne and find out what we're doing on the way back. Well, I've only got a 13-hour day left, so I've got to be finished. I started at 5 this morning, so I've got to be finished by 6. Parked up and cleaned and fueled and everything by 6 o'clock. We'll see how we go. And we've done about 4 hours driving so far. Yeah, 4 hours. So I've got 5 hours driving left. Or I could extend that to 6 if I really want. That's my choice. And I feel absolutely fine, so there's no reason why not. If they needed me to, I'll try and maximise their day for them. Anyway, we shall see you in a little bit. Here we go, hurtling around the M25. We've actually done both of our drops for today. We've been to Sittingbourne as well. I had a phone call, unfortunately, so I kind of forgot to put the video on. So we've had 2 quite complicated places for delivering today, and I forgot to put the camera on for both of them. Oh well, never mind, there'll be plenty more times. We're doing alright. It's 12:30 and we are at the moment heading back for Warwick. We're about 3 hours from here to Warwick, but I am going to have to stop and have a break because I've already done 2 hours driving. So we'll probably stop, I don't know, Oxford Services, somewhere like that. Put me 45 in there, and then get back to Warwick and hopefully the weather will still be alright, and if it is, we'll get back to the yard for about 4 o'clock, and then we can wash the truck, fuel it, AdBlue it, get everything out for the weekend, chuck it all in the boot of my car and go home. Yay. And with a bit of luck, I know I keep saying this, with a bit of luck the little lead would have landed, which means that I can use the new microphones that I've got. Not that there's been anything wrong with this one this week, it's been alright. I've kind of got to grips with this one a little bit now, but I'm hoping the wireless one's going to make life a bit easier, so we'll see. And hopefully I'll have it up and running next week. I've been told there's two or three different leads that I need to connect the microphone to the GoPro. And this white van nearly just come in the side of me. Anyway, I've been told there's 2 or 3 different types of lead, and it's quite awkward to get one that works. So I've ordered one from GoPro, which is ridiculous money, and I've ordered another one from a company, I can't remember the name of them now, but they make pretty good microphones. It's the same company that's made this microphone that I'm using now. So I'm hoping it'll work. It's meant to be for this particular GoPro, the 3 Plus. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that it works. And if not, we'll have to wait till the GoPro one gets here, which I've been told will be towards the end of next week. So we'll see. Time will tell. So we're coming round the M25. We came from Sittingbourne, M20, M26 onto the M25, and we're going clockwise. We're going to go up to the M40, into Oxford Services for a break, and then up to Warwick from there with a bit of luck. Starting to cloud over again. Typical for the weekend. And this weekend we've got more wedding planning going on. We've got a trip to Upton, a trip to Malvern, and then we've got an evening with friends, hopefully making use of their hot tub. And then back home Sunday, back to it Monday. Apologies for today for not getting the camera out and showing these awkward reverses, and as it was, I did a brilliant job of both of them. I was in first time, or second time with the second one. Just up to moving over slightly so we could get his forklift in. There wasn't a lot of room. I thought I got it in the middle, but I was about 6 inches further over to one side than the other. So, never mind. It was close. And it was a blind side, so reversing round to my left. I was quite impressed with myself with that one. And of course you're just going to have to believe me, because I've got nothing to show for it, nothing to prove. Anyway, we'll switch off for now, and we'll catch up again as we come into Warwick. Well, welcome to the M25 on a Friday, folks. We've been stuck in this now for about an hour. We've probably done about 3 miles in an hour, I reckon. Which is great, because it's chewing up all my driving time, and I haven't really got an awful lot left. I've still got enough to get me back, but I'm probably going to be into my 10th hour now, which is what your 10th hour's for. Not too sure what's happening or what's happened, but we've still got a way to go until we get onto the M40. Obviously something's ground everything to a halt. Time will tell. Gotta love the M25 on a Friday. It's like the world's biggest car park or something. Happy days. Well, we had 45 minutes in Oxford services. We've now got back onto the M40, heading back towards Warwick. And I know my other half, Tanya, and the kids, Chris and Ben, I know they're in a car heading south on the M40, and at some point we'll probably pass each other and there'll be lots of flashing and waving, and hopefully, if we see them. I think we're a little bit apart from each other at the minute, but we'll certainly keep an eye out. We've got a bit of traffic coming up by the looks of it, so it should be easy enough to spot. And it's all good when I get back to work. I've just phoned up the Mazda garage. I had my car serviced this week, serviced an MOT, and it passed, thank God. I've got a 12-year-old Mazda 6, love it to bits. It's only done 52,000 miles, so it's only just run in. But it had an airbag recall on it. They've replaced the steering wheel and the passenger airbags, and to do that they had to disconnect the battery, and evidently it's reset all the computers on the car. And it, although when I managed to get home Monday evening, I think it was Monday evening, Tuesday evening, and it was cutting out. Every road end that I came to, it cut out. The car had been delivered back to me, and I thought, surely to God, the guy that bought it back must have noticed it was cutting out at every road end. So I phoned them up, and they've come for it today, and they've taken it back to Mazda, and they've managed to sort it out for me. We just had to reset all the computers, and they reckon it's all running absolutely fine again now, so that's been delivered back to work. So with a bit of luck I can just get all my stuff out of here, chuck it in the boot of the car, and disappear off home. I'll just give this a wash and a clean first, fuel it up, get ready for Monday. We've also run into the risk, because we're going to be back quite early. We'll be back in the yard before 5 o'clock. It may well end up being used again this weekend, so I'm going to make sure I take everything out. Keep your fingers crossed and hope that it's not used again. But you know, it's not my truck, it's my truck for tramping, fair enough, but the truck does belong to the company, and if they need to use it, then so be it. We'll see what happens over the weekend. Somebody's having a picnic here at the back of his car. Poor bloke, broken down. So waiting for the breakdown services. Probably the worst place he could be was sat on the back of his car like that. If anybody's going to run into him, he's going to get wiped out, definitely lose his legs. They're better off behind the barrier. This is my old AA days talking. Behind the barrier, out the way. It's not cold, it's not raining. Not now. I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. Good grief. Sorry about that. I couldn't find the off button for the camera. Yes, he's definitely not in the best of places, sat there on the back of his car. Definitely better off behind the barrier, keeping himself safe. Now I'm looking at Google Maps, and we're not that far apart, we're probably a couple of miles apart. So we've got a report of obstruction. This is probably this bit of traffic that I could see coming up on Google Maps. So we will slow down to 50 as they've suggested. Let's see what this is. Not a lot by the looks of it. I think there's only myself and the car in front that's actually doing 50. I think everybody else is not bothering. So down to 40 now with this signpost, report of obstruction. So we'll bring the speed down again to 40. And we've got a traffic queue warning on the sat nav coming up, so I'd say something's gone on somewhere. It says 40 miles an hour, so we will slow down to 40 miles an hour. Now evidently, according to Google Maps, the obstruction has gone. We've got a van here, look, on the hard shoulder. It was maybe that. Don't know. I don't know, we've got traffic building up all around us now. Ugh. Don't need this, just want to go home. Had enough. 37 miles from Warwick. It's 10 to 4 now. It's saying 4:45, including this little bit of a hold up. Now we're back to 50. Whatever it was, looks like it's 60. Whatever it was probably just that van in the end, potentially. Or have we got traffic again? I don't know. Typical motorways, lots and lots of traffic. Everybody gets held up, and there's never anything to show for it. But of course, we have got the junction coming up here, so potentially something might have gone a bit pear-shaped. Junction just ahead. Still trying to keep an eye out for Tanya and the boys. We are almost on top of each other. Can't be too far away. Hello. 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 You alright? Yeah. You will do. I've just seen, I was looking on Google Maps. Not too far. What's all this traffic anyway? What's going on? Is that you? Have you just gone past? Have you just been under a bridge? That's alright then. Why all the traffic? What's going on? Has there been an accident? I'm sat in the traffic, so you'll probably see me any second now. Then I'm in the inside lane, crawling, doing like 4 miles an hour, like I've been doing most of the day. And now I've stopped. What's going on with the traffic? Why all the traffic? Well, you're coming the other way. You should have seen what was going on with the traffic. No, you had your eyes. You got Izzy with you. Oh, it got busy. I think you said you had Izzy. Okay, fair enough. I think you've gone past me, you know. Okay. You can't be far away. Have you seen the coach that's just broken down on the hard shoulder? Oh no, it's not broken down, it's still coming. It's just going really slow. There's like... That's probably me then. Yeah-ish. I can't even see you. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Hello, hello, hello. Can't even see you. Oh, there you are. Hello, hello, hello. Goodbye. I didn't even see if you flashed the lights. Did you flash the lights? I don't know. You're going to be on YouTube in a bit then if you did. I've been given a massive build-up, and that was a right anticlimax. Did Mum flash the lights? Ask her. No, oh, rubbish. Tell her she's sacked. She's just failed YouTube. I said she'd be flashing her lights and giving loads of waving, and she hasn't. So, yeah. And now everybody's listening to a one-way conversation with you because I've got my earpiece in. It's alright, I'll let you off. Okay, well you have a good weekend. Alright, and I'll see you Sunday. Are you coming back? Are you coming back Sunday? No. Okay. Do you have to? Okay, fair enough. I'll switch my camera off now. You've kind of gone, haven't you? No. Yeah, there was a van that had broken